Hello, my name is Atiku Abubakar. I'm speaking to you today on Facebook Live as I want to reach as many of our young people as possible, as I have an important announcement to make about the future of Nigeria. This will be an interactive session, so I would like you to send me questions, as it is you, our youths, who represent the future of our nation. I have found in my travels across the country that whenever I get into conversations with young people, their number one concern is whether they will be able to get a job. For without a job, they have no means of sustaining themselves or begin a family. And without the security of a job, we cannot have security in our country. So, without jobs, there is no future for you or for Nigeria. And I also know as a parent that the older generation is also concerned about jobs for their children, and too often today for themselves as well. Creating jobs is something that I know about, as I have created over 50,000 direct jobs and 250,000 indirect jobs in my own state of Adamawa. And I also know how the government can help create the right environment for business to create jobs. When I was vice president in 1999, I was responsible for liberalizing the economy, particularly the telecom sector, which enabled us to increase the number of people who could access a phone from less than 1 million then to over 100 million today. This transformation resulted in the creation of hundreds of thousands of new jobs, from the top-up card vendors you see on every street corner to the many new businesses that fed off the phone revolution. Some of you may know that I was elected vice president under the banner of the PDP, which is the political party I had helped to found some 10 years before. And some of you may also know that I left the PDP 4 years ago when I believed it was no longer aligned to the principles of equity, democracy, and social justice, upon which we had founded it. I joined the APC as I had hoped it would be the new force that would help improve life for our people. And I was excited about the party's manifesto to create 3 million new jobs a year. The result has not been the change people had been promised or voted for. As in the last 2 years, almost 3 million Nigerians have lost their jobs. And today, with a record 25% of people aged between 18 and 25 years unemployed, I can see how difficult it is for our youths to find a job. The key to creating jobs is a strong economy, and that is what we are currently lacking. So today, I want to let you know that I am returning home to the PDP, as the issues that led me to leave it have now been resolved. And it is clear that the APC has let the Nigerian people, and especially our young people, down. But rather than giving a long political speech on this matter, I thought it would be more helpful to invite you to ask me questions and share with you my answers. You can post your questions on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Atiku Organization. Thank you. I see we have a question from Jide. Sir, how can you know that what young people want when you are not a youth? I meet young people every day, Jide. I have children and grandchildren, and most of my employees are youths. The key to knowing what young people want is to listen to them. I am good at that. Sometimes when I am on the phone with my kids, they ask me, "Are you still there?" This gives me the clarity I need to take in the larger picture. My next question is from Ikechi. The Minister of Information recently said the PDP will never regain power. Why go back to a party that will never regain power? Ikechi, nobody knows the future other than God. And to dictate what the future will be is not within man's purview. Remember, the PDP also said they will rule this country for the next 60 years. Did they? But it is about Nigeria, not about power. Power for power's own sake breeds arrogance, and arrogance makes men say things like that. All I am saying is that we need a party that speaks to national sentiments, not regional ones. We need a party that can make all Nigerians one till we can boldly say that we are all brothers and sisters with only one mother, which is Nigeria. Sir, what are your views on /EndSARS movement? We cannot be outraged that Nigerians and other African migrants are being mistreated in Libya, and then we go ahead and mistreat our people back home. I am very abreast with the #EndSARS tag issue, because my young followers on social media keep me very much in the loop. Whether it is how SARS treats Nigerians or how we treat each other, we are sending a message to the outside world. We can't expect foreigners to treat our people better than we treat them. We must set the minimum standard required for the treatment of Nigerians worldwide by the way we treat our people domestically. Our charity must begin at home. On this issue, I would like to call on the Inspector General of Police and other concerned law enforcement agencies as a concerned Nigerians to intervene. And I know that the Nigerian police, as a disciplined and well-organized force, will take action to address this issue. It will go a long way to improving Nigeria's rating in the global ranking of police forces next year, because this year they were wrongfully ranked as the worst. Thank you to everyone who asked me a question. And I'm sorry that time does not permit me to answer each and every one of you. I'll be traveling the country in the coming months and will be listening to concerns of our people in every region. I came from a very humble background, and thank God for the opportunities that Nigeria has given me to build a network of successful businesses. I'm dedicated to Nigeria, where everyone lives in a country of opportunity, where there are no limits to what they can become. Good afternoon, and I thank you very much indeed for listening. Bye-bye.